Hi, thanks for watching Saturday the 2nd of March 2019, and the moon is moving as fast as the year is. The moon's going to be in Aquarius by tonight UK time UTC 6 minutes past 7 p.m. We are very close to going into daylight saving time in the States and Canada, but I'm pretty sure that today on Saturday the 2nd is actually going to be 8 hours before UTC, 5 hours before UTC and 13 hours ahead in New Zealand. After today, who knows? I'll have to try and find out where it's going. But love, money, these are the things that have been in focus. We had a nice bit of time with the moon in Mars last week, and it was a positive kind of alignment. I think it was a sextile. That brought out a lot of good in terms of getting things done, getting things said, and getting things moving. It could have been difficult around love and money, though, on Wednesday, because we did there was a kind of a scuffle between Venus and Uranus, and they were in the last degree of Capricorn, so it was really, really intense. But later that day, Venus actually moved into Aquarius, is in Aquarius now, and the moon is headed into Aquarius as well. So this is looking like a really good weekend in terms of love. Could be a bumpy road in love over the next 4 weeks, but it's basically all about just kind of not worrying about it. Trying to be happy with what you've got is what's really important. The tendency of Aquarius is towards kind of shock and awe when it actually really gets its boots on. But just remember, keep an eye on the truth. Keep it real, I suppose I'm saying, because that is what's the most important thing, particularly around money and love, actually, because both of those things don't really work out unless we put our mind to it, do they? Or sometimes we've got to take our mind off it, but we've got to have a consistent approach. That's the bottom line, a way of thinking. Because if you don't know what you want around love and money, and actually just about anything else, then you don't really know where you want to be. Where do you want to be going? And that's where people always kind of ask in interviews, isn't it? Where do you want to be? So maybe think about that. In fact, no, do think about that. Think about where you want to be over the next 5 years or so. This is actually only today's astrology I'm really looking at, and a quick look ahead at next week. But that is a really good thing to be thinking about at the moment, because the Aquarius influence opens things wide up. It's quirky. That's the way I read that word about Aquarius a while ago, and it's a very true word about Aquarius. It's quirky. You can try new things. You can you can aim for your heart's desire when the moon's in Aquarius. We've got a Pisces moon coming in on Tuesday, just before the new moon, because the moon is waning at the moment, and then we get the Pisces compassion and everything. That's 8:10 UTC on Tuesday. We may have had a daylight saving thing by then, I don't know, but it's either 8 hours or 7 hours before that Pacific, 5 hours or 4 hours before that Eastern. That's the way that one's going. Okay, so the rest of today, let's see what the alignments are, and the moon at this very moment is actually 15.8% full on her way down, as I was saying, to that new moon coming in on the 6th of March. Mercury retrograde really hits us on the 5th of March though, so that's going to be an interesting moon, but that's all to come. Today, right now, Sun conjunct Neptune. People could be a bit kind of unrealistic, things could be a bit uncertain, not really kind of specific, I suppose. Everything's a bit of a muddle. And because of that, we can end up making wrong decisions if we're not careful. Do be prepared to wait and see when it's like this. Basically, it's just kind of, it's unclear images, it's confusing, that kind of thing. There's a tarot card for it. I think it's the 8 of something, and I can't remember. But there we go. I'm not doing tarot this morning. I'll be doing some tarot on YouTube over the weekend, though, most definitely. Okay, the moon, sextile Mercury. Feelings and emotions are easier to express than usual. Great time for the esoteric, the feminine in life generally is heightened when the moon sextile Mercury. Mercury itself, nearly retrograde and void in Pisces. High nervous energy, it's highly strung. Schedules tend to go a bit wild, and we do get insane weather cropping up as well. It's a beautiful day out there. I've been saying that for a few days now, but it's coming. We'll have some mad weather, we'll have some storms or something, but it'll clear the air, and then we'll be able to move forward with a big smile on our face, because that's, what it's all about. Let's take a quick look at Mercury retrograde. It's a very, very Piscean Mercury retrograde, actually, and the moon is actually just about, well, in fact, the moon is, let's see, because it actually started on the 19th of February, and that pre-shadow, and the moon was actually in 16 degrees Pisces then. The actual retrograde, Tuesday, March the 5th, next Tuesday, 29 degrees, 39 minutes Pisces, so it's Pisces again, the influence is very Piscean. The direct station is in Pisces also on March the 28th, and from the 5th to the 28th there, that is Mercury retrograde proper. What we've been through so far is the pre-shadow phase, and we've actually got another 2 days of that, the 3rd and the 4th of pre-shadow before we hit the retrograde. The pre-shadow is where we start kind of strange things happen and we wonder why. Retrograde, really strange things happen, we wonder why. And in the post-shadow, not so much happens in a strange way, but we do get remarkable, seemingly miracles happening actually, which raise our understanding and show us what the rest of the Mercury retrograde thing was about. So to me, Mercury retrograde is like getting a present, you know, when we get to the end of it. I'll have some kind of gift in my life, or at least I think I will, that I didn't have before. Okay, well, I'll be back tomorrow and do an in-depth look at the week ahead. But that's it for today, Saturday the 2nd of March 2019. Thanks for joining me, friends. I'm planning to be on live. I've advertised Sunday 10:30 p.m. and I am going to try and do that. But I'm going to try and get on live at various other times, just random times. I'm looking for somewhere I can make a regular post, a regular live video appearance and say, well, this week or on this day every week at this time on that day I will do this. Who knows? I'm looking around for it. That's my favourite word, who knows, isn't it? Because most of the things I look at, most of the things I delve into are things that you can just say, well, who knows? And we find out. That's the point of clairvoyance. We bring in some information from outside this immediate world, this immediate kind of mortal coil that we're on, and we find out what's really going on, what's it really all about. So friends, have a great day. Do give me a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it. If you haven't enjoyed it, you know what to do. Subscribe if you haven't already. Share me around the internet if you will. Leave me a comment and we will share the journey. Great to connect with you today. Have a fantastic day, folks. Hope to see you on YouTube over the weekend and in the weeks to come. Bye.